You need quantity to kind of get used to the habit of creating videos, and you need quality so you can get better and better at each one. More often than not, though, people have a hard time getting through the sucky part of it, and that's where the quantity comes in. The more you make, the less you're worried about, sucking on camera. More likely you're going to be like a batter and just keep swinging. If you take a look at any of your favorite YouTube creators, you'll see that more often than not, looking at their videos, most of them are, having a low percentage of views compared to their overall subscriber count. And then there's other times where it goes well above the subscriber count. And that's when they've hit a home run. But you're just not going to do it every time. So you have to balance between the two. And you just never know what's going to take off. If you join any type of Facebook group about you being a YouTube creator, most of them will admit that they don't know which videos are really going to take off. First of all, there's a disclaimer. I'm not saying that I'm like the #1 expert at any of this, but I am saying that there's certain frameworks that you can basically go through and try and practice until you get to a good result. These frameworks are key. I think self-help in a lot of ways has gotten to this point of being toxic. I mean, everybody and their uncle thinks they know how to do things. Really, though, there are no shortcuts. There might be some people who get you there faster, but more often than not, you'll find that by getting there faster, you've taken a shortcut and don't have the wisdom and the knowledge gained from the experience along the way to get to the next level effectively. And so you're always relying upon other people to help you get there. What you need instead are just frameworks. There are no shortcuts. You need frameworks so you can get there through your own means, treading water, swinging at bat, just keep going until you get there. The quantity is what you need to get into the habit and the workflow, and then the quality is when you focus on getting better. But instead of focusing on the overall video, you just focus on one thing. You get better at it. You watch your videos, you find one thing you want to improve, and then the next time you get better at it. And when you do this over and over and over again, compound effect kicks in and you find your videos are a lot better. With creating videos, I think you're actually playing the infinite game, and you're having faith in the process, and you just keep going with it because you know that your message is more important than anything else. And that brings us to the 7 why exercise. So there's something called the 7 why exercise, and it goes something like this. You have a question of why you're doing something. You ask why, you write down that reason, and then you take that reason that you just wrote down, and you ask why again. And then you write that answer down, and then you ask why again. And you do this 7 whys deep. Much like the 100 idea exercise, you start to go a lot deeper than you might otherwise. In the moment that you go deeper with all these whys, you get a certain amount of conviction, and that conviction pays back in spades in terms of helping you get through this quantity part. Because more often than not, if you don't have that conviction, you're going to start doing a bunch of videos and they're going to suck, and then you're going to quit because you're going to go, it's not worth it. But when you go 7 whys deep, more often than not, you're going to get to a level of conviction that you're sure of. Now, when you do the 7 whys deep, you want to do this with at least 2 different whys. One needs to be personal, and one needs to be larger than you. Having a set of whys from both those angles is going to give you a lot more conviction and clarity than if you just have one or the other. Now, you can do some other whys along the way, but those 2 are critical. And you have to have enough conviction that when you put that across on camera, it's strong enough. Now, it doesn't always happen, like right now maybe. For me, I'm not necessarily going, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. But still, there's a level of conviction that you need to get through all those videos and get better and better at videos. And if you don't have that, you're going to quit, which is going to be too bad, because there's a larger why that I think we're all tapping into, and that is affecting change. Throughout all this, you're trying to get to a place where your conviction is strong enough that it burns through any sort of self-consciousness on camera. See, content marketing actually works for selling products. But the thing of it is, we're not selling products, we're selling ideas. But the same principles apply. when you look at the larger why in terms of affecting change and making sure that we keep our freedoms, our freedom of speech. These are just some ideas that have definitely helped me out. It's helped other fellow creators. So I hope they help you. But of course, it's up to you on whether that happens or not. In the next video, I'll go through some ideas for grounding your message so that you and your audience are a lot more confident going forward. Check it out. See if this is helpful. Be sure to give it a like. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.